The survival of the human race is such a trivial topic, isn't it? It's somewhat reminiscent of a late-night pub argument fueled by cheap alcohol and ill-advised bravado. However, let us treat this weighty subject with the gravity it deserves, for in truth, we are at the precipice of a quandary whose resolution will determine the existence or non-existence of future generations. In this increasingly interconnected world, where events at one end of the globe send ripples to the other, addressing existential challenges with an insular, nationalist mindset is as ludicrous as attempting to drain the ocean with a teaspoon. Going it alone is a charming sentiment, suitable perhaps for a John Wayne film, but woefully inadequate in the face of global pandemics, climate change, and nuclear proliferation. My dear viewer, international cooperation is not merely a fanciful notion, but a sine qua non for our survival. Nations acting as independent actors, each pursuing its narrow interest, is akin to the proverbial rats abandoning the ship. Except, in this case, we have nowhere else to flee. Forgive me for being blunt, but it's about time we took the age-old adage, united we stand, divided we fall, a bit more seriously. However, it's not just about getting nations to sing Kumbaya around a campfire. This change needs to permeate the very core of our thinking. We must begin to view ourselves as citizens of nations and as part of a global community, a shared species with a common destiny. The cross-generational nature of our challenges only complicates the matter. It seems that our species, for all its intellectual prowess, has the attention span of a goldfish when it comes to addressing problems beyond our lifetimes. Climate change is the quintessential example. It is easy to ignore rising temperatures and melting ice caps when one can hide in the air-conditioned comfort of their home. Out of sight, out of mind, isn't it? Nevertheless, we're bequeathing a planet in turmoil to our descendants. This concept of thinking beyond our lifespan is a hard pill to swallow. After all, why worry about a future we won't be around to witness? However, I fear that is the very root of our dilemma. Our failure to think in terms of generations rather than election cycles is steering us toward disaster. The survival of humankind requires a paradigm shift in our thinking, moving from short-term gratification to long-term sustainability. This change is not just a nice-to-have, but a necessary condition for our survival. At the risk of sounding melodramatic, it's high time we evolved, not biologically, but intellectually. We must outgrow our primitive instincts of tribalism and short-term thinking and embrace our shared future. Otherwise, we may find ourselves in the pages of history books, a lost civilization that could have been. A sobering thought to ponder over your next pint, wouldn't you say? Thank you for watching this delightful descent into the rabbit hole of human folly. If you found amusement in our shared absurdity or a glimmer of truth in the twisted maze of existence, then why not do something equally irrational and hit that like button? Should you wish to subscribe to this tragicomic journey, simply click subscribe and brace yourself for more biting satire, whimsical wisdom, and perhaps a few existential crises along the way. After all, in a world where logic is a rare commodity and sanity is overrated, what's one more subscription to a channel that revels in the chaos? Go on, embrace the madness. We're all mad here,